Welcome back to Impulse Plays. I am Crazy Carl Winter here with an old buddy of mine, Josh O, covering some Magic. How you doing, Josh?
Hey Carl, what's going on?
Not much. We got some sweet decks to look at here. So we'll start off with this mono black Pox Zombie Infestation brew that I put together.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, it's got some Vares dungeons to kind of mind twist your opponent for a lot of cards, and then Dark
Okay.
Rituals. It's not where I want it to be, but it's
You
definitely
you
sweet.
just had to play those cards, didn't you?
Pretty
You
much,
just
yeah.
had to find a way to get Pox and
Yep.
Zombie Infestation in there. Yeah.
Yep. I don't think it's funny. I actually wrote an article for Will Hurst. He has like a Patreon where he does a bunch of like strategy articles and stuff. And I wrote about my brewing process with this deck. And I started off with a blue black deck, ended up back at a blue black deck. So, spoiler alert, this is not the final configuration. I don't remember how it went in this match, but we will see that played against my Junk Morphs deck, which is a little bit different than the last time it was on camera. Um,
Okay.
We've got some Gritting Demons, as usual, the Exalted Angels, but I also added in Nantuko Vigilantes and Bane of the Living, which
All
are
right.
both great
That makes
for,
sense.
yeah, they help you,
Yeah.
they give you some board control as opposed to none, which is my deck had before. And those are basically in place of the River Boas that I had before. I don't know if I have a
And
deck
you're kind
picture,
of
but we'll go from there.
you're kind of turboing that stuff out with like City of Traders and Ancient Tombs and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you're kind of like
Okay.
shaving a turn off of morphing
Yeah.
and then, yeah, unmorphing, yeah. Mana's
All right.
atrocious, but it's super fun deck, so. Let's
Cross your
say
fingers.
exactly.
Yeah.
So let's say we get this started, and if I can find my thing here, there we go. All right, we've got Ben on the left playing my
Nice.
Power Rangers deck, as I call it, and then me on the right playing Pox.
Nice.
Pox Zombie Infestation, yeah, Pox
Uh,
Infestation.
awesome play mats.
Yeah. I got the Lobster Con one, and then Ben's got his Magic Con one from winning
Okay.
the not winning top eighting the Legacy Cup at Magic Con Vegas, which is pretty sweet.
First turn birds, and then we get a dark ritual here.
I don't know what it's gonna be into. Buried Alive. Okay, that's pretty
Buried
strong.
alive.
Now I see a Varas dungeon in my hand, which is cool, but that's also 4 mana. If I have another Dark Ritual, that could be potentially very strong because what Varas dungeon does is it lets you discard a card to have your opponent put a card from their hand on top of their library. So you
Okay.
effectively just like plow under their entire hand by discarding your Krovigan Horrors and Squeeze and stuff. But got the engine going. Krovigan Horrors coming back. Josh, have you played with Krovigan Horror recently?
No, it's been a long time.
It's so good. Big
It
fan.
is.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think it's good, but you basically like with zombie infestation, you get to discard it twice. You get discarded on your turn and on your opponent's turn as long as you do it before their end step, because it returns at
Okay.
the beginning of each end step if there's a creature directly above it,
Okay.
which is pretty sweet. But
Unlike modern, pre-modern, the graveyard order matters.
yes, it matters a lot, which I like a
Matters a
lot.
lot. Here,
Um, but it does
yeah.
make some people kind of not happy about it. But
It's
that's okay.
surprising to a lot of newcomers.
Yeah. The most common thing that matters for is Phyrexian Furnace, but this deck it matters for Krovikan Horror, and I don't know if it has Ashen Ghoul in it, but if it has Ashen Ghoul,
That
Ashen Ghoul cares
matters
about it
too.
too.
Yeah.
Yep, that one cares a lot.
Death Spark.
Yep, Death
Not
Spark is
anybody
good.
plays Death Spark.
They should. Oh, nice call there, hurt here. So that's gonna put
Yeah.
on a lot of pressure early on. That my deck full of 4 mana 2/2s is gonna have a tough time dealing with. Ooh, do I have a zombie infestation? Wow, just like I drew it up. Okay. Oh, I forgot to bring
Would
my
you have
squee back. Whoops.
forgot to bring the squee back? But
Yep.
would you have gone for more squeeze if you knew you had the zombie infestation? Or is
No, because the
no?
the goal is to utilize your Krovikan horrors every turn. So,
I see.
um, I think I might have had a squee in my hand already, so that was kind of where I was going with that, but not 100% sure. So it looks like I have 2 horrors, and then I have 2 squeeze.
Two
If I remember to
squeeze
bring my
now.
squee back, I'll be able to make 3 zombies a turn cycle if I'm
Wow,
doing my math correctly, which is not like the most
that's
powerful thing in the
impressive.
world, but yeah, it's
In
a lot of
pre-modern, it
zombies.
is. I mean,
Yeah.
if a 3/3 elephant token is pretty good, I think 3/3 2/2 zombies is also
That's true. That's true. That's
not
a
bad.
yeah. The 3/3 token is it's one of the defining cards of the format right now, which is
It
pretty great.
is. It is.
All right, so he duresses me, and I'm going to be discarding probably whatever non-creatures I have in my hand to try and not get stuck with it. Oh, okay.
Try it. Yeah.
So fun thing is if you discard creature or non-creatures above the Krovikan Horror, so the card directly above it in the graveyard order has to be a creature, otherwise it doesn't come back.
So you're being careful about
Yeah,
that right now.
being very deliberate about it because otherwise I wouldn't get them back. And
Yeah.
this deck, unlike the blue-black versions of it, does not have Psychotog to exile cards to kind of quote unquote clean up your graveyard. So once they're stuck, they're stuck.
Yeah.
There are Icarids which can take advantage of those stuck Krovikan Horrors, but it's not like your first
Thinking about
choice.
that.
Yeah. Ooh, Rancor on the Elephants. This is pretty sweet. Yeah, he gets to trade with 2 zombies and trample over for 1. But his assault is kind of halted. So that elephant is no longer there.
And you're just going to get all this stuff back.
Yep, I'm actually going to remember to bring my squeeze back this time.
There you go.
Good job, me. Zombie swings in. That's a metal Jeff Lobenstein zombie token I picked up at MagicCon Vegas.
Oh, nice.
Which is very fancy. I forgot to have him sign it, though. So fortunately, he's going to be at LobsterCon, which if you're hearing about it now for the first time, it's way too late to sign up if you haven't signed up for it. But
yeah, 2025 is sold out already.
Went real quick. But he's going to be there, and I hope to get my zombie token signed by him.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, so Ben's got a lot of mana, but not a lot of action, which is not where this very honest beatdown deck wants to be. Okay, so that's a Sylvan Library, stuck in a little bit of glare. Trying to find a spot where it's not glared. There we go.
Yeah.
We're playing this at a one of our local game stores that's actually closing down as of today. Jupiter Games.
So sad.
Yeah.
But
they had a nice play space and
open from 2008, I think, to 2025. So
give or take, yeah.
It was a great run.
Yeah.
We had a great time there over the years.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm gonna be having a great time here with all these squeezing Krovikan Horrors.
Yeah.
So yeah, the sweet thing that can happen here is I can, on my turn, discard Horror, Squeeze, get 2 zombies.
Yeah.
Then I bring back my Krovikan Horrors at the end of my turn. Then next turn, I discard Horror Squee, and I get another zombie.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking a lot better for
zombie
you,
tokens.
Carl.
Yeah. Although Ben did just get the flashback off. Oh no, he just cast it.
You might be able to find something with this Sylvan Library.
Yeah, Sylvan is pretty strong in this deck. I mean, it's kind of win more if you have a Armadillo Cloak or an Exalted Angel, but I mean, those hits translate to actual cards, which is not nothing. Got a little bit of an earthquake going on, as is wont to happen when we have the stand that we have for the camera.
Yeah.
So I can't see what's going on.
If I was on either side of this board, I'd have a hard time like really guessing what my opponent was up to.
Yeah,
yeah. Seeing Ben, I think I would probably think like Terrageddon or something.
Yeah, some kind. Yeah, it's very Terrageddon-y type cards, except for the duress. But yeah. Although he just played a morph, and that is not very Terrageddon-y. Ooh, the main deck Vigilante takes out the zombie infestation. Okay, and I put the cards in the correct order. If I were to put that Krovikan Horror on top, it would then have a zombie infestation sitting on top of it, and it would never come back to my hand, which would be very sad.
Oh, this is looking better for him.
Yeah, the elephant's going to stabilize the ground. Despite the fact that I have 6 zombies, I can't get through to kill him.
Not quite lethal, yeah.
Yeah. I think I still have to swing anyway, though, right? Like, yeah. Just to force through the damage.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to be in a little bit of danger. Unless he draws, like, exactly Armadillo Cloak.
Okay, so...
And Krovikan Horror comes out.
He needs a lot of blockers this next turn.
Yeah, which he unfortunately is not going to have, I don't think. Oh, that's an Armadillo Cloak. Is it good enough, though? No, he only gains 5, going to 8, and then takes 10 on the next combat.
Armadillo Cloak is going to be a little different than Lifelink, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's a triggered ability as opposed to just an effective.
So he's not gonna. Yeah, it's a triggered ability that happens after damage, right?
Ooh, yeah, but he has I forgot about the Rancor. Okay, so he gets this hack for 7, which I don't see any reason to block. Why am I blocking? Oh, okay. I mean, I guess I don't want to just.
Get it back.
I mean, yeah, but I could just kill him next turn. Because he's going to gain 7 going up to 10, and I have 4 zombies and a Krovikan Horror,
Oh,
so I could have
yeah.
just taken the damage and then attacked with Krovikan Horror. I'm not sure what my plan is there, but
He needed to leave.
oh, it's to bring back Icarus. Okay, that's what it is. I just bring back Icarus and kill him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I did have a plan. Good job, me. Good job, me.
That was a.
That was a
He was
slugfest.
staging. He was starting to stage a little bit of a comeback there.
Definitely, that Armadillo Cloak's a
That was
really good draw. Really,
nice
really
of
good draw.
him.
All right, so Ben gets to start off on the play. What this deck really wants to see is either a turn 1 Birds of Paradise, or a Soul Land on turn 1 or 2 to allow you to get those morphs out on turn 2, which is really, really powerful.
Yeah.
Which is really important. I don't say it's powerful, but ooh, Tormod's Crypt is a nice card against my entirely graveyard-based deck.
um. Do you bring in null rods?
Usually I do, yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm playing these zombie infestation decks, it's I don't say it's required, but like you're gonna get cryptid, and if you don't have the null rods, you're gonna get cryptid a lot. All right. What is this morph gonna be?
I've actually been thinking of when I can play black
Mm-hmm.
to bring in Coffin Purge instead of Crypt. You
It's
don't
not a
get
bad
their whole
choice, yeah.
graveyard,
Yeah.
but if they duress it out of your hand, you could still
You still
flash
do
it
something with it,
back.
yeah, yeah.
So I've been thinking Coffin Purge is an interesting way to
Definitely
go that a
is.
lot of people haven't been using.
Yeah, playing Hermit Feb, I've definitely used it a lot as graveyard removal as opposed to just like using it as a combo piece or clearing out, not that's combo piece, but like clearing out my own graveyard.
Yeah.
Looking at my hand, looks like I've got a Squee and a Pox and not a lot of other action, which is not where I want to be. But I do have the Infestation now, which is half the battle.
Yeah.
It looks like Ben does not have Nantuko Vigilante, otherwise he would just be snap morphing up this morph. I'm guessing, if I had to guess, it's an Exalted Angel, because it looks like he's going for a Plains here.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing really with double green in the deck, so yeah, you want to get the Plains right away. It's possible it's a mistake to only have 1 Plains in there. Maybe there should be 2. But I don't know. It's a 3-color deck, man. It's gonna be bad no matter what you do. The downside of only having one. Oh, it was a Vigilante. Okay, so you did have it. Okay. Not what I was expecting. So discarding Ashen Ghoul and Squee to make a zombie.
At least get a zombie.
Yeah. Yep. And the question is he going to crypt me there? I don't know that he needs to, because I don't have an Infestation anymore. I have no way to abuse this Squee, and the Ashen Ghoul's not coming back for a long, long time. Ben does not give a heck. He just goes straight for the crypt. Okay.
Yeah.
Another Dark Ritual. Oh, I have another Zombie Infestation too. That's pretty sweet. What do I go for here?
Dark Ritual, Zombie Infestation, and Pox.
Yeah, so I can Ritual, cast Zombie Infestation, and cast Pox. That seems pretty strong. I basically lose no cards out of my hand. I lose a land.
Looks like you're kind of going.
I'm just casting the Pox. Okay. I'm not sure why. Okay, I mean, that's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben's gonna lose a lot here. Oh, he's got Get In, Exalted Angel, and then 2 creature buffs.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go down a land.
No, but he's got to. So yeah, he's gonna have to probably get rid of that Ancient Tomb if I had to guess. So you want to keep the Plains for the Armadillo Cloak. You want to keep the Forest for like 90% of what's going on with that deck. And he has to discard 2 cards. That's one of the brutal parts of Pox, is it rounds up each time, or for each thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So for folks that are not familiar with Pox, being that it's so commonly played, basically for 3 black mana as a sorcery, each player sacrifices a third of their creatures, lands, loses a third of their life, and discards a third of their hand, all rounded up. So we're taking, as you can see here, a boatload of damage, discarding a bunch of cards, losing lands. Each lost a creature.
It's a powerful card. It's hard to make it work.
Very much so, yeah. My thought with this deck was that it's got text against Phyrexian Dreadnought.
Oh yeah.
But it's also, you're trying to resolve a 3-mana spell against a deck full of dazes, and
yeah.
So. Okay.
They don't mind losing lands so much. They don't like discarding cards very much.
No, they don't. They definitely don't. All right, this is where Ben is sad that I don't have the second planes in my deck. Because if I did, he could just fetch with the Windswept Teeth, morph this Exalted Angel. The game would be just over.
Yeah, yeah.
But as it is, I think he's going to have to settle for cloaking it up and attacking. Yep, it is. I'm sorry,
That
Ben.
looks like an angel.
Yeah, my deck building has failed you here. Next time I put this deck back together, I think I will put a second planes in though, because that's not. It's a corner case that comes up more. It's come up more often than I thought it would. Like it's come up here. It's come up another
Yeah.
couple times I've done it. But he's yeah, he's at 8.
Uh,
I'm like, why is he at 8? Oh yeah, I poxed.
that's the thing about playtesting. You discover all these things.
Yep. You can only theorize so much before you gotta get some real world play in there, right?
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, I'm trying to think like what goes wrong for Ben if he cloaks here. Out of my mono black deck, he could be expecting Snuff Out or Chainer's Edict, Diabolic Edict, Smother. All of those would be very powerful against this morph, which is now cracking in for a nice 8-point life swing.
Another Pox would
and another Pox would be very powerful
devastating
too.
For you.
Yep. But I don't have the third land for it, so I would have to have. I do have it in my hand, but I don't have it in play, so you can kind of play around that. Ooh, just hit another land.
There's the swamp.
All right, is he gonna hit a white source to morph the angel? That looks like a Travis runes to me. So he can, yeah. Once this angel morphs, the game is just effectively over. I have to draw one of my 3 remaining Poxes, which is not guaranteed at all.
But...
Yeah. Let's see here. So use the tomb, get some mana, lose some life. Fun fact, the original version of this deck, I played 4 Ancient Tombs and no City of Traders. And somebody was like, why don't you play City of Traders? I'm like, that seems like a great idea. So that is why there are now City of Traders in the deck. And all right, Angel's going to crack in for 6. And you mentioned earlier that this is not lifelink. That means Ben gets to gain 12. Casual 24-point, or no, 18-point life swing.
Yeah.
So I have to draw Pox to even be in the game, and I did not. Yeah, it's another land.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, sideboarding, I'm definitely bringing in Null Rods. I don't think I bring in a whole lot of other stuff. Maybe some, I don't know, Sickening Dreams, Ensnaring Bridge, maybe? I don't know. I'd consider Contamination, but he's got Birds of Paradise, so if he gets, like, Forest Birds, then it's just not going to do anything. Like this would. It would not be so good.
Oh, you board in Contamination?
I was thinking I would. I don't think I would in this match because of yeah. Okay, there's the Ensnaring Bridge and the Null Rod, so I get 2 sideboard cards in this hand. That's pretty good.
Very nice.
That said, the problem with Null Rod is like sometimes your opponent just doesn't draw their graveyard hate, so you just are down a card for no reason.
Yeah.
So it sure does do nothing. And okay, I got Buried Alive and my favorite card, Undead Gladiator. It's been a while since we played with that one, but it's a good one. Basically, you get to like cycle cards from your hand. Yeah, you basically discard cards to the Undead Gladiator when it's in your graveyard to bring it back to your hand, and then you can cycle it, so you can like turn cards into other cards. Ooh, nice call I heard here. Didn't need the Ancient Tomb, but that's nice to have. We're looking at a Duress here. Oh, a Rancor. Woo! That is a big
juggernaut now.
Elephant. Yes, it is. Better Juggernaut. Doesn't have to attack. Can't be disenchanted.
Yeah.
And I got the Ensnaring Bridge with only 4 cards in hand. So that means that Elephant is not attacking me anytime soon, which is pretty great for me.
Yeah.
Oops. Phone binged.
How many bridges do you run?
I think it's 2. Let me check the picture. Yeah, it's only 2.
Yeah.
So pretty lucky on my part to draw one of them.
Yeah.
But the problem with Ensnaring Bridge is you have to empty your hand. And my hand is full of 3 and 4 cost cards. And he just Armageddoned. So that's not great for me.
No. And your hand's going to fill up.
Yeah, real quick.
Most likely after this.
Oh, and he had the follow-up land. How nice. Okay, yeah, I'm sad that I can't do anything. Elephant cracks in. All right, this is gonna shape to be a very short game, I think. Yeah, drew another ensnaring bridge. That was a strong Armageddon. I think Armageddon is very well positioned right now. I think the card is very powerful.
It is. It is.
And he drew it up. That's exactly how I drew up this deck, though. Is like I want to play a threat and then Armageddon. I don't care how many lands I kill. I just want to put people on the back foot long enough for the creature to just get the job done. Doesn't have to be flashy, but ooh, he's got a morph coming out. I need to see what it was. I think it might be Grinning Demon. I think I saw a flash of black there, but I could be wrong. Spin goes down to 12. Life total's surprisingly close, despite the completely lopsided board state, but as any experienced Magic player knows, life totals do not matter all that much until you get down to 0.
1 is plenty enough.
It sure is. Sure is. Doesn't feel good, but it definitely is enough. So, question. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be interesting to see what I sided out for these null rods, because this null rod could have been an actual card, but I don't know if it was a card that would actually matter.
It's kind of expensive insurance at this point, isn't it?
Very much so. Very much so. Yeah, and something to think about with this ensnaring bridge is it doesn't do anything if I don't have zombie infestation. I guess, I mean, if I have lands, I can cast spells, but like realistically, my deck is casting a spell a turn, and it's going to be really hard to get that bridge over the creature.
Oh.
Yep, yeah, that's game. Yep. So we're on the bridges, brought in null rods. Ben brought in some interesting stuff. Brought in Reverent Silence. Okay. Bane of the Living.
The power of Armageddon.
Yeah, Armageddon. Yeah, it's playing a creature and casting Geddon is still
the story.
Yeah, still a thing you can do. It is still very, very powerful. And what did I bring out? Another Spirit in my Duresses. Yeah, I don't know if bringing out Duress is correct here because I want to Duress away his Armageddons, but like I have to get very lucky to hit those. And as it turned out, he had a lot of removal.
It's not like it's not like he's holding anything up,
right?
Like a counter spell or anything like that. So
right.
If you draw it late, it's just a dead card. But
right. Yeah.
It is important to get those Armageddons out. And Armadillo Cloak could be a real problem.
Heck of a card. Yeah, he brought out Grinning Demons, which I think is really heads up because like the deck does play Rankers and Armadillo Cloaks to try and deal with those chump blocking zombies for the Grinning Demon, but you can just not play them, and that's totally fine. And the Negators came out too, which makes a lot of sense too, because Negator is just not going to be very good against my zombie horde.
You have too many chump blockers.
Yeah, it's entirely possible that Negator is just not a good choice main deck there, but that's, I guess, for version 4 point whatever of the deck that I've got going forward. I'll definitely put it together at some point, but good showing from Pics and great showing from the Power Rangers deck.
Absolutely. 2 decks you don't see too often.
Yeah.
A lot of brainstorming there.
Yep, and it'll be even better. Yeah, maybe I'll do another video at some point, like a follow up where I put the blue black Infestation deck together, and then the updated version of the Power Rangers deck, and then goes from there. Which, for folks that are not sure, that I call it Power Rangers because it plays 5 different types of morphs, and the Power Rangers have 5 morphing rangers, so that's where it's coming from. But anyway, yeah. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, and for Josh and myself,
thanks for being with us.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.
See you next time.